The peace you are looking for in Nigeria can never be attained if Nnamdi Kanu is not released from the detention. This is the core message of Dele Farotimi. Recently, Afenifere has been calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Afenifere is the apex socio-cultural group of the Yorubas, like we have Ohaneze Igbo and so on and so forth. So the stance of these people is not all about the charges or the case. What they are saying is that if criminals, Boko Harams, and so on and so forth could be forgiven and reintegrated into the society, who says that Nnamdi Kanu should not be released? We have a lot to discuss in this video. First of all, let's listen to Dele Farotimi's latest interview. Not forgetting that Dele Farotimi has been approved as the National Secretary or Secretary General of the Afenifere Social Cultural Group. So that is why he honored this interview and speak on what Afenifere is thinking or their stand on Nnamdi Kanu's detention. Take a listen while we come back to discuss about the dangers of Kanu's detention, how it affects Southeasterners and Nigeria at large.
Says the happenings around the country. Okay, first is Nnamdi Kanu and his release from detention. Second is 60 years, or 35 years in service, and then you are due for retirement. And then, of course, the third is what factions. Then we've already dealt with that faction. But let's look at these two main facts, which is Nnamdi Kanu and then the retirement age in the civil service. Afenifere insists and has advised that Nnamdi Kanu should be released from detention. What's your take on that?
There is a lot about our country that could be better. But the reality is that if we truly desire peace in Nigeria, we need to take some hard decisions. One of them is the need to free Nnamdi Kanu. Now, there are multiple allegations against the gentleman, but he's not the only person against whom there have been multiple allegations. What we have in Nigeria today is a country that is functionally a cauldron, burning from almost every corner. And everything that could be done to bring about peace in Nigeria should be embraced. There have been multiple cases of terrorists who have been reintegrated back into our society, a phenomenon that is unique to Nigeria, the radicalization of violent terrorists. Fulani marauders of all sorts have found mercy at the hand of the Nigerian state. The Southeast has been burning for some time, and it is not unknown that one of the factors responsible for this is the current incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. That Afenifere has asked that he should be freed is in the spirit of a search for peace in Nigeria. If he is not to be freed, then he should be speedily tried. This has been the consistent call of Afenifere for years. If they cannot find a way to try him, if we can all admit to ourselves that we essentially have a political problem that has morphed into a terrorism problem, then why should it be so difficult to understand Afenifere's plea that the man should be freed and the path of peaceful reconciliation pursued? If we can make peace with armed terrorists, if we can free Boko Haram killers, why is it so difficult to embrace peace as an option in the Southeast? That is the contention of Afenifere. We are not looking into the merit or otherwise of the charges. We're saying this has dragged for this long, nothing of substance has been achieved, peace has not been restored, and there is a veritable path to peace if you free him and engage with the dissidents in the Southeast. That has been the position of Afenifere and every well-meaning Nigerian, actually.
I'm on Ekpa for the same IPOB. What's your comment on that?
The IPOB itself has said multiple times that Simon Ekpa is not one of theirs. The Nigerian security forces knows who is who. If persons have committed crimes, they should surely be taken before the courts. Ekpa's case may not be conflated with Nnamdi Kanu's case. Nnamdi Kanu has been with the state for some years now. Muhammadu Buhari kept him in a cage for Tinubu to inherit. Tinubu has inherited him. Is he going to keep him in that cage, and then for how long would he be kept there? At what point would we begin the search for peace in the southeast? So when I'm speaking about Nnamdi Kanu, be careful to understand that I'm not conflating his case with that of Ekpa. There are two different cases. I am not an Easterner, but I am a Nigerian, and what ails one ails the other. And there really cannot be peace in Nigeria until we confront all these issues that have their roots in age-old grievances and injustices. If and when we've dealt with these, then we can start the journey to some rectitude. But Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, I really don't know if the two can be treated exactly the same. And I wouldn't treat them the same.
I respect that. What about Moyele Sowore, who was recently, arrested and detained, and he refused to be bailed? What's your comment on that? These are all legal issues.
Yeah. You see, the problem with the Nigerian police, or shall I say the Nigerian state, and my brother Yele, is that Yele does not know how to pretend that he is anything but a citizen. The Nigerian state, on the other hand, can tolerate anyone except the person who presumes to be a citizen. So the constant battle between Yele and the Nigerian police is merely symptomatic of the relationship between the Nigerian police and the Nigerian public. Yele is your average Nigerian. Your average Nigerian in the sense that he's not asking for anything that the everyday Nigerian should not be demanding. The only thing is that while the everyday Nigerian might be prepared to cower before authority or pretend that everything is fine, Yele does not know how to pretend that everything is fine. So every time Yele moves is a walking violation of the Nigerian system. So the Nigerian state must constantly go after Yele because Yele is constantly demanding an account of the Nigerian state. That is what you see happening all of the time. That the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for Yele is merely evidence of the fact that the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for anyone demanding to be treated with some dignity, with some respect, or as a citizen. Shame on the Nigerian state. It's got nothing to do with Yele as a person. It is the Nigerian state that is lacking in the capacity to tolerate its citizens. All he has done is to point at the evils of the state, that the state has never found the grace to change, but has always pursued him instead of changing, tells you just how far we have traveled on the path to madness. Yele is done nothing wrong. Yele is just Yele, a Nigerian who refuses to behave like a slave.
Afenifere has been known to not be directly in support of Yele's, antecedents. What do you have to say about that?
I beg to disagree with that. I beg to disagree with that. Afenifere has always been a progressive organization, and I dare say that I cannot even recall a single thing that Yele has been for or has ever supported that Afenifere has been against. We are not a reactionary organization. We are essentially a center-left political conglomerate. So how could we possibly have had anything against anybody professing revolutionary ideals? Yele is somebody we consider a natural ally. We might have our disagreements in relation to methodologies from time to time, but other than that, we have zero disagreements with Yele and we consider him a friend.
All right. I think Dele Farotimi have said everything that if I'm in the interview, I would also say. Okay, now, it's either you believe this thing I'm going to say or you are still free to curse me as before. What I'm going to tell you now, take it to the bank. None of the politicians in the Southeast that have the capacity to protect the Southeast, none of them. No governor, no senator, no minister in the Southeast that has or have the ability to protect the people of the Southeast. I know people will not like where I'm going to. It's only Nnamdi Kanu that can secure the Southeast. Nnamdi Kanu has the ability to secure the Southeast. He has done it before. A lot of people, did not understand his own kind of kinetic approach against people who are making the Igbo to be insecure. Now, a lot of people did not agree with Nnamdi Kanu then when he set up the Eastern Security Network and he sent them to bush to secure the bush. These are the things he saw. The killings in the bush, the rape and all those things, these are the things he was fighting against. He said the time without number in his broadcast. Oh, people said no, Nnamdi Kanu has, people that he armed and so on and so forth. The absence of Nnamdi Kanu, does he bring good things to an Igbo? Absolutely no. Does he bring good things to Nigeria? Absolutely no. For you to know that your politicians, most of them, not all of them, most of them don't reason normal. If this issue of killing persists in Igbo land, this evil continues and so on and so forth, and you people thought that it was Nnamdi Kanu, is it not time that everybody should raise a campaign and resist the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu? Anyway, the strategies we are planning to adopt is that we are digging deep into the whole crimes of the politicians in the Southeast, and we are going to start exposing it one after the other. That is part of the strategy we are using to fight back. Most of the politicians in the Southeast have soaked, their hand in deep blood and so many things. So we continue to expose all those things. We will continue to make sure that the world will know the truth about what is going on. And if anybody wants us to stop, only thing that will make us to stop is to release Nnamdi Kanu. You will be surprised. So many documents that we are going to release, so many things that have been flying, a lot of things that have been hiding from you that is happening. Politicians are not pure, that but that hidden wickedness, that evil is what will start to unfold not many days hence. And let me tell you, hairs are going to roll. Okay? But who cares? Because you people cannot be living comfortably, you keep quiet, and someone you cause to be in detention is there, and you think that preparing for the next election is going to be a smooth journey. He should not. He should not, because with the level of killing in everywhere in part of Nigeria, with the level of insecurity, you don't even know what the end of the year would be. You don't know what next year is going to be. So nobody knows what tomorrow is going to be. So even though your money in the bank is much and you are hoping that your money could save you, this time around, I don't think that your money will save you. A lot of things are going to happen. And we are ready to go to any extent, standing against anybody that is blocking or standing against the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. We are not ignorant of the, people who colonized Nigeria, whose interest is that Nigeria shouldn't be talking about division and so on and so forth. We are not ignorant of that, but I also believe in the power of the people. And if you want to be free, nobody can free you except you yourself. So forget about Britain, all those. If you want to be free, freedom lies in you. Remember that it is not the duty of the slave master to free the slaves. It is the duty of slaves to know whether he or she will be free or not. So the choice is ours. The choice is yours.